Once you find your song, stand to your feet. Page 285, Joy to the World. Here you go. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs implore, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat, repeat the sounding joy. Last verse. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes the nations prove the glories of his righteousness, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love, and wonders of his love. Thank you. Have a seat. Okay. Any spoken prayer requests? Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Anyone else with prayer requests? Anybody want with an unspoken request, something you want to pray about, not to mention out loud? All right, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Mark, will you lead us in prayer? A couple announcements. This Wednesday night, during children and teens will have their Christmas party in their store during their class. Next Saturday is the Christmas dinner. If you haven't signed up for it, everybody in this room ought to be signed up for the Christmas dinner, unless you have to work or something else has come up. For next Saturday, 6 p.m. here at the church. And there's several signed up so far, and I'm excited. I don't know. I like fellowship time. I like to eat. Even if I have to cook for everybody. Some of y'all have been to our house when I cook for everybody. I love to eat. I love to cook. So I'm looking forward to Saturday night for the dinner. Next Sunday, the kids will be singing in their morning service, and the junior church class will be singing. Let's sing another song. Page 226, Joy Unspeakable. 226, all stand to sing. I have found his grace is all complete. He supplieth every need. While I sit and learn at Jesus' feet, I am free, yes, free indeed. It is joy unspeakable and full of glory, full of glory, full of glory. It is joy unspeakable and full of glory. All that has never yet been told. I have found the pleasure I once craved. It is joy and peace within. What a wondrous blessing! I am saved from the awful gulf of sin. It is joy unspeakable and full of glory, full of glory, full of glory. Joy unspeakable and full of glory, all that has never yet been told. Last verse. I have found the joy no tongue can tell, how its waves of glory roll. It is like a great o'erflowing well springing up within my soul. It is joy unspeakable and full of glory, full of glory, full of glory. It is joy unspeakable and full of glory. Oh, the half has never yet been told. All right, Jared, if you'll come up, take up the offering, and Rebecca, you will play. Yesterday, and we stopped to see Kathy and take her poinsettia and gifts, and we were singing. Everyone was going to go singing, but when people had to work or sickness and different things happened, so it was just me and Tammy. So we went to Miss Joe's. I think we said, "What's your favorite song?" Let's get through one song. You hear us all the time, so but we enjoyed singing with Miss Joe. But we got to Kathy's, and it was just her and I think two other ladies in the lobby area. Some of you have been down there, but just two of them down there, maybe three of them down there, and they said, "Well, we sang a song or two," and then more kept coming in, and they told us that there were more coming down, and they scheduled us for 3 o'clock, which we didn't know we were scheduled for 3 o'clock to be. Honest to goodness, did you know we were supposed to be there? I had no idea. I guess Kathy had told people we were going to be there at 3 o'clock, and we got there maybe a couple minutes till or whatever, so we just started singing and having a good time. Before we knew it, there's 12 ladies or so, wasn't it 12 or more, and we're out in the hallway there by the elevator, just listening, all singing along, and then we went through every song in our book of the Christmas carols that we know had in our little book, and we said, "Anybody got a favorite song you want to sing?" And someone wanted to sing, as Rebecca just played, "Mary, Did You Know?" I pointed at Tammy, said, "She's the one. She's going to sing a solo." No, no, we cannot sing that. We don't have the words or music, and there's not enough music to cover us up to try to sing that song. I think Heather's going to sing that for us next Sunday morning, I think. Anyway, I think Rebecca was singing, but that was funny. Yeah, Rebecca chose that song tonight, and I was thinking about that the whole time she was playing, about those people saying, okay, sing this one. We were singing, and we went through all of our songs. Then we started singing. Tammy grabbed her songbook that was over by the piano. We just started going through songs. Do you have a favorite song? And we started singing their other songs. And we sang, as she opened the book to, I Belong to the King. We sang that here on Sunday nights. And none of the ladies there knew that song. And I was surprised that nobody knew it. We just had a great time of fellowship with that. But it was just good that a great time that we had with them. Hopefully a blessing to them. Judges chapter 12. Judges chapter 12. Sometimes I look at the verse on the walls as where 2 or 3 gather together in my name. There am I in the midst of them. And I think, do we really believe that verse? I think we do. That's why we're here. And sometimes we go, well, there's more, it could be different or whatever. I was glad when they said to me, let us go into the house of the Lord. I'm glad every time we get to come. I mean, sometimes me personally, I think, this is me. Me personally, I think, as Mark and Sue both testified this morning, that this morning, maybe it's a rainy day, whatever it was, didn't want to come. But there's sometimes I think, I don't want to, but I need to. I want to. I really want to. There's something inside of me really, really, really wants to all the time to be in God's house, and I enjoy it. Judges chapter 12, read the first 4 verses. We know the story of Jephthah. We've gone through his story the last couple of weeks where he was the son of a harlot, rejected by other people, rejected by his family, cast out. And then he came back when they needed him to fight against the Ammonites. He came and he led them in the battle against the Ammonites. We also read the last Sunday night we talked about Jephthah making a vow to God and promising the first thing come through his door that he was going to sacrifice to God or give to God. Okay? Judges chapter 12, verse 1. And the men of Ephraim gathered themselves together and went northward, and said unto Jephthah, wherefore passest thou over to fight against the children of Ammon, and didst not call us to go with thee? We will burn thine house upon thee with fire. And Jephthah said unto them, I and my people were in a great strife with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, ye delivered me not out of their hands. And when I saw that ye delivered me not, I put my life in my hands, and passed over against the children of Ammon, and the Lord delivered them into my hand. Wherefore then are ye come up unto me this day to fight against me? Then Jephthah gathered together all the men of Gilead, and fought with Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they said, ye Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim among the Ephraimites and among the Manassites. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, for your word. I pray you'll bless the next few minutes of the preaching of your word. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen. Jephthah, the Ammonites had invaded. We went through this story last couple of weeks. He went to fight against them, remember? And when he fought against them, it's a couple of verses over to chapter 12, 11, verse 29, I think this. It talks about the different lands that he went through chasing after the Ammonites. And apparently the Ephraimites, which is on the, if you're looking at a map, which I didn't pull a PR number and pull the map up on the board today, Gilead is on the east side of the Jordan River. Ephraim is on the west side of the Jordan River. And Gilead is part of Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh when they divided up the land. It's 2.5 tribes stayed on the east side of the Jordan, and then the other 9.5 tribes stayed on the west side of the Jordan. And Gilead is over on this side. That's where Jephthah was from. But when he was chasing after the Ammonites, which also lived on this side of the river, he chased them over into the land of Ephraim to defeat them. And he let the Ephraimites know that he was coming into their land. Sent messengers, I suppose. He didn't text them and say, I'm on my way. He sent messengers to say, we're fighting against the Ammonites. Will you help us fight against them? Stop them at the river, or whatever you got to do. And that's what they did a lot of times, send someone to help them on the other end. And he got to the Ephraimites. It got through the land of Ephraim and defeated the Ammonites and went back home. Then the Ephraimites came to him, as we just read, and said, why didn't you call us? Why did you come into our land and fight against the Ammonites and then have us join you in battle? He said, I called you, and you didn't come. I put my life in my own hands, and I asked you to help me in this matter, and you wouldn't help me in this matter. So I did it myself. I don't know how many of you are like this. I know I'm kind of like this sometimes. If I ask somebody to do something once and they don't do it the first time, I just do it myself. Okay? Some people ask till they get help, but I'd much rather do something myself than to ask for help, and if nobody shows up, I'm just going to do it anyway. And a lot of times I have a lot of fun doing stuff by myself, even if or one or two or three gather together. If we have a small crowd doing something, I would much rather be doing when I know I'm supposed to be doing, even if nobody else joins me, I want to go. If nobody else is going to go, no one else is going to do it, I'm still going to go and do what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay. I want to talk to you this evening about the Ephraimites. When they were invited by Jephthah and the Gileadites to fight against the Ammonites, they didn't go. They didn't go fight against their enemies. The Ephraimites said, we're not going to go. But then after the battle was over, they said, how come you didn't invite us? Okay? There's a word for that. The word for it is jealousy. They were jealous because Jephthah won a battle. He won a great battle, was famous for it the rest of his life for fighting this battle, winning this battle. And the men of Ephraim were jealous of him because they didn't get involved when they should have got involved. They didn't fight the battle when they should have fought the battle. They didn't join him when he was fighting against their enemies. So then later on they tried to fight against him. Jealousy, in my terminology, is the stupidity of man. And it's just something inside of a man that says, I want what someone else has. I want the glory another man has. I want the item that another man has. I want the fame that another man has. Ephraim did nothing to defeat the Ammonites, so they got jealous of Jephthah, which is a stupid thing to do. There's several stories in Scripture where one person gets jealous of another person, or one group of people get jealous of another group of people. King Saul was jealous or envious and jealous of David. When David slew Goliath and led the children of Israel into battle, he became a captain in Saul's army, and Saul was the king. But all the people started giving glory and praise to David, even though he was just a kid. He was a captain of the army at the time. And Saul was the king, and people started singing songs. The ladies started singing songs that Saul slain his thousands and David his tens of thousands. And Saul got jealous of David and said, what can he have more than the kingdom? What more can he have than just the hearts of the people? And Saul was jealous of David. We see that also in Herod when Jesus was born, and the wise men came and they went to Herod and said, where's this child? Where's this king of the Jews? Where's Jesus born? And when he found that he was in Bethlehem, or in the city of Bethlehem, then once the wise men are gone and Jesus had left, they went and killed all the babies 2 years old and under. This is jealousy. This is jealousy of a political leader saying, I will not have this child be called a king, the king of the Jews. I will not have this child in the shadow of my kingdom that's going to cause me worry. The Pharisees and the high priests, we speak about the Pharisees about every week of my life, but I think about these people all the time. The Pharisees and the high priests were jealous of Jesus. Great crowds were gathered to Jesus, where the crowds wouldn't gather to hear the Pharisees speak at any time. The great crowds were listening to Jesus. The common people heard him gladly, and they said, make him a sacrifice. They hated him out of jealousy more than anything else. They hated him more than saying he broke the Sabbath, more than their accusations against him in their law. When faced with the law, they had nothing they could say other than shout, crucify him. But they lived in this jealousy all the time. I think about this. I don't want to give somebody else the authority in my life to tell me what I should be doing all the time. I don't want someone else to set the goal for me that I'd rather set myself. There's some people set a standard that makes people jealous and say, I did this, I did this, I did this. I would rather live my life saying, I did what I'm supposed to do, knowing what I'm supposed to do. I read the book, I followed the rules, and I did what I'm supposed to do. Rather than looking at somebody else's life and saying, I'm jealous of what they have or what they've done. In business, I see this all the time. I've seen this for 25 years, I guess, in business, where I've seen people that get jealous of somebody else because of what they have or what they've done. But when the same person, that illustration, Tammy will know these people. If I call them by name, I won't call them by name. This person was jealous of someone else's success. And so they were given the exact same opportunity someone else was given, and they didn't do what they were told to do. Here's the list. Do this, 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 and this, and you will be successful. You'll do these 4 steps, 4 simple steps. Do these things, and you will have the same success someone else has had, and you'll make the same money someone else makes. But this person said, okay, I'll do it. I want that opportunity. Given the opportunity, they didn't do step 1. They never completed step 1. Mark, you probably had salespeople down where you work. 40 years that you've been there, you probably had people come through there and said, I want this over here, but they won't do step 1 to get to the end result to reach the goal. Okay? I don't want someone else's success to drive me to jealousy. I want to be who I am and know who I am. I am the person that God made me to be. I'm made in His image. One verse of Psalm says, "I'm fearfully and wonderfully made." I loved playing basketball when I was a kid. I loved playing basketball until I was 47 years old, and I probably should have stopped before that, but I kept playing with because boys wanted to play, right? But I was never an athlete. I loved playing football as a kid, but I was never an athlete. I was not good. I mean, given a test, I was classified as athletically retarded. Okay, there's something challenged about this kid. He can't do that. I mean, he just can't. Okay, he can't. He's not athletic. Okay, but I don't want someone else's success to make me envious of their success. In sports, I could not hit when we were kids. I could not hit a slow pitch softball. Okay, they didn't have T-ball when we were little. T-ball had not been invented yet. If T-ball had been invented when I was 5 years old, I would have missed the ball. Okay, I know that I had not the eye-hand coordination. And anyone who's ever played ball with me or seen ball, and, I mean, I hurt my own players on my own basketball team. I'm not, knock people down and stuff. I mean, it's just the clumsy guy. So I was athletically challenged. So if we'd had T-ball, boom, I'd have broke the tee. Okay, I just know what would have happened. I'd have broke the little plastic tee. John, they're unbreakable. No, not really. I cannot let somebody else's success athletically make me envious of what they had or what they could do. I had good friends that played baseball. I went to their games all the time when we were kids. We lived Blackwell Field was down University of Charleston Field, whatever, Morse Harvey when we were kids. Well, I'd go down there and watch my friends play baseball. How come you're not playing? Because I can't play. It's terrible. It's awful. I can't hit a baseball, a fast pitch baseball. I did play, eventually learned to hit a slow pitch softball, and I guess if someone would have set a ball up on a tee, I could have hit the thing. But the truth is, I can enjoy watching someone else do it without me being jealous of what they could do. I like playing football, but I was not gifted in football. I've told you so a couple times. My cousin Jimmy was a linebacker for Clemson University. He was just an incredible athlete. I enjoyed watching him play, or just being around him, watching him do stuff because of who he was. But I couldn't be jealous of what he could do just because I couldn't do it. There were people that are smarter than me. Matter of fact, everybody in this room is probably smarter than me. But there's people when I was a kid growing up that were smarter than me, and I had teachers say, "Why are you not like your brother?" Okay, he was a year older than me. Well, at this age in life, and now where I'm 56 and he's 57, I'm sure everyone is glad that I am who I am and I'm not like him. But the truth is, I was not as smart as him, so I couldn't be jealous of him just because I did not have the gifts that he had. Okay. There are people that have different. Bible gives an illustration about talents given out. One person's given 1 talent, one person's given 3 talents, one person's given 5 talents. But everyone has at least 1, right? So everybody in this room has 1 talent, at least. Some of you have 3, some of you have 5, but everyone in this room has at least 1 talent. But you can't be jealous because if somebody else can do something you can't do. You know who really gets jealous? Are those who can do but don't. Those who know what they're supposed to do and don't do what they're supposed to do. That's where the Ephraimites got jealous. Okay? It's not because I love to hear Rebecca play. Okay? She's been playing, she was 4 years old. I can't do that. I can play one song, you run your knuckles this way, you run your knuckles this way, you run your knuckles this way, go bump, 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 that's it. Okay, that's the only song I ever learned. My brother could play the violin when we were kids. I couldn't play the radio. Okay? My sister played the piano, banjo, a guitar or whatever. I couldn't play. Chauncey played the trumpet, and I was in the marching band at 5th grade or whatever it is, and I dropped my slide in the marching band on Capitol Street when everyone's marching down through there. My slide fell off my trumpet. I leaned over to get it, and everyone tripped over me, and that was the last. They didn't ask me to be in the music class. They didn't ask me to be in the singing music class after that. But I couldn't be jealous of those who could. I didn't want to be jealous of those who could. You know who gets jealous? The stupidity jealous? It's people who know what you're supposed to do and don't do it. Okay? It's a stupid. Well, John, you're not supposed to use the word stupid. Okay? I'm not using stupid. I'm saying stupidity. Okay? In this jealousy, there's a righteous jealousy. When someone covets what you have or what is yours. God is a righteous judge. He has a right to be jealous because he deserves our honor and glory and praise. And we give that honor and glory and praise to something else or some gold statue or something else. God has a right to be jealous in that manner. We have a right to be jealous when someone wants what we have and they say, no, you can't have it. Just like Naboth, who was asked by King Ahab to sell his vineyard, and Naboth would not sell his vineyard because he said, I can't do it. It's against God's law. This is my family's vineyard. I will not sell it. And we have a right to be jealousy. Jealousy, in one manner, Shammah protected a pea patch, or his family grew lentils or peas, and he protected it with his life. He was jealous over that matter. God is jealous in a righteous way. When David fought against Goliath, he said, who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defile the armies of the living God? He was jealous for God, not jealous of Goliath. He was jealous for God, in a righteous jealousy of saying, our God deserves honor and glory and praise, and this guy is mocking him, and we won't let that happen. There's a righteous jealousy, but the unrighteous jealousy, the stupidity of the jealousy, the foolish jealousy, those who do nothing and get upset with those who do something. I'd rather do something. I'd rather do something even if I don't get it right. I'd rather try to play the piano even if I can't play the piano. I'd rather try to play baseball if I can't play baseball. I'd rather try to get an A on the test if I even get it to my very best as a C. I would rather do my very best than to say I'm mad at them because they did better than me. Even if they're talented or gifted in a way that I'm not talented or gifted. Okay? But the people who are foolish in jealousy don't do anything. Like the Ephraimites. Jephthah went into battle and destroyed the Ephraimites after this. There are people that are jealous or critics or scorners or whatever term you want to use. Jephthah fought against the Ephraimites in battle, which was Israel fighting against Israel, should never happen. That's today's terminology. Christians fight against Christians and shouldn't happen. Last thing, Jephthah did not stop pursuing after the Ammonites when he crossed over into Ephraim. He probably knew when he invited them to come fight against the Ammonites and they didn't come, he probably knew in his heart of hearts, knew that the Ephraimites would get upset that he was on their land fighting against the Ammonites. But he said, it's what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I know this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm going to do it. If they get mad at me, they're going to get mad at me. The fact that someone else is going to get mad at you for you doing what is right, don't let that stop you from doing what is right. Just keep going, keep going, keep going in the right direction. The Lord came with us this morning, sat right here. I think he was crying for a little while. Y'all saw the boy that pulled his hood up over his head. 5-year-old came. He's been here before. His brother's supposed to be picked up too. And we got to pick up his brother, and his brother went home at Mom's house. We picked him up at Dad's house. He said, they're crying. I don't want to give up. I don't want to ever stop trying to reach kids, because you don't know who that kid is or who he will be 20 years from now. He could be a criminal 20 years from now. He could be a preacher 20 years from now. He could be in trouble 20 years from now. He could be driving a bus and picking up other kids 20 years from now. And you don't know. I don't ever want to stop doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because if I stop doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing, I'm going to be stupid enough to get, because it's in my flesh and it's in everyone else's flesh, I will be foolish enough to be jealous of those who are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I always want to be found doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because it keeps me in check. It keeps me from being jealous or foolish if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, for loving us. Thank you for the stories that you give us in your word. I hope I got this right. I hope I hope I get it across clearly. I understand what I was trying to say, and I hope everyone else understands what I'm trying to say, that there's a right way of doing things. Help us to always be found doing what is right, to love you, to be doing our best at all times. You give us the word diligence in business and in family and everything else throughout Proverbs. You give us the word diligence. Help us be diligent in our service to you. Help us be faithful, whether we're on our job, in our community, whatever we're doing in our household, that we'll be faithful doing what we're supposed to do. Use us, please, for your glory. No matter whether you have 1 talent, 3 or 5, it doesn't matter. Use us for your glory. In Jesus' name we ask. Amen. So I'll take stand to sing. Page 375, Just As I Am. Just As I Am, page 375. Here we go. Just as I am, without one plea, but that thy blood was shed for me, and that thou bidst me come to thee, O Lamb of God, I come. I come. Last verse. Just as I am, thou wilt receive, wilt welcome, pardon, cleanse, relieve, because thy promise I believe, O Lamb of God, I come. I come. Thanks for coming out tonight. Charlie, will dismiss us. Thanks for coming out tonight.